Hello, hello. Woo-woo! Okay, now listen. We're already 20 minutes behind. Okay, it's real TNC time. All right. So, tonight I want to tell you a little bit about people besides me who are very important in this theater. Okay, so I'm gonna have some people come up so that you see I'm not the only one running this. Okay? So the first thing I'm gonna ask, we have an after-school program, 9 weeks in the fall and 9 weeks in the spring, and they're kids from the area, and it's free, and they do dance and acting and songwriting and playwriting, and tonight we're going to present a song from a show that they wrote. Now, I'm not going to say any more because I'm going to call up T. Scott Lilly, who is the head honcho, teacher artist. So I'm going to get out of the way, and you're going to introduce this after school.
Hello, how do you doing? My name is T. Scott Lilly. We have Justin Rodriguez, we have Master Cohen, we have Rivera, also teaching artist. Also Danielle, how's his birthday? Happy birthday, Danielle. Yeah. We're going to present to you the last song from our show. Our show is called
Very spooky, slightly kooky, very scary, haunted heart.
It's scary. It's kind of disturbingly scary, actually. So we're going to end with a nice closing song. It's called Earth to Save.
We're better together, like a family forever. I'm always amazed, I'm never afraid, I'm riding on a wave. I'm feeling very brave. We have an earth to save. We have an earth to save. We have an earth to use make it fantastic. That would be so fantastic. You can begin by putting it in recycling bins. And let your heart beat from all of the breeze. We have an earth to save. We have an earth to save. We have an earth to let's all be like Greta, making the world better. If you feel and say no, you may have to go against the flow. Let your heart show. Let everybody know. Let your heart show. Let everybody know. We have an earth to save. We have an earth to save. We have an earth to
All right.
Thank
So,
you. You are supporting this, so thank you.
they're going home because they got to do homework and get up early and go to school. All right. I know it's a holiday. Oh, it's snowing. Well, that doesn't mean it's closed. All right. Anyway, so let's eat. I thought that dessert was really very, very interesting, very unusual, and it's homemade. So, okay, I want to mention that there's a QR code on the left bottom of your program. And if you wish to donate through it, you can. I won't complain if you do. We have had a lot of wonderful donations so far, and we, of course, have sold out. So we're very happy about that. I also want to mention that Franklin Rodriguez, who is Assistant Operations Director of the theater, has not been mentioned in the program. It's a mistake. He's been with us for 2 years under the mentoring, a young man, quite young, and under the mentoring of Alex Barteniev. He has begun to do lighting design, and we're very proud of him. Okay. Yes, okay. There are so many celebrities here tonight, and that I cannot mention them all by myself. So I am going to ask Philip Hackett, who is a member of our board, extremely active, to come up, and Alex Barteniev, a member of our board, extremely active, and I am asking Michael David Gordon to come up. He is a featured performer and dear friend, and he has a lot to say about the outcome of Theater for the New City. Okay, so I am going to start with Philip, all right? And I'm going to give you the mic. And you're going to have to keep it right back.
Well, first we were expecting F. Murray Abraham to attend here.
F. Murray came to the theater. He told me he's making a movie and he can't come, but he will come next year for sure. And he gave me a check for $1,000.
And tonight we also have the delightful Estelle Parsons here tonight.
Estelle Parsons, a major, incredible actress. She does not remember that many years ago at the Actors Studio, I was asked to come in and watch some stuff, and I walked in, and she comes behind me doing some kind of crazy screaming about something that's killing her or something, and I got all upset. Turns out she was just getting ready for a part in a show. Anyway, she's brilliant actress.
We also have Lincoln Anderson from The Village Sun.
The Village Sun, which started online. Lincoln was working for another newspaper, and he got into a big fight with them about something, policy, and he ended up with a new newspaper called The Village Sun. And it was online, but now it's also in print. And we're pleased to have Lincoln Anderson with us.
We also have the Deputy Commissioner for the New York Department of Cultural Affairs, Alton Murray.
Yes. Lori Cumbo, that wonderful commissioner, could not come tonight, and she sent a really interesting young man, Alton Murray, and he is Deputy Commissioner. Wonderful to have him with us. Okay, I do want to mention we had a loss of a member of our board, Viney Burroughs, a brilliant, incredible actor, and also a delegate to the UN for women's, an advocate for women's rights, and a storyteller par excellence. We will miss her. Yes, we will. And Joseph. All right, well, I'm sure wherever she is, she will appreciate the applause.
She's also
She was 99 years old. We also have lost Joseph Vernon Banks and Michael David, who is the lead in our street theater musical. I want him to say a few words.
I knew Joe for 30 plus years. He was one of the most generous, kind, talented human beings I've ever met. And the music of street theater is Joe Banks, and Joe Banks is the music of street theater. Along with Crystal Field writing wonderful lyrics, the music is Joe's, and you will even hear some of that music here tonight. But let's give it up for Joe Banks wherever he is. A wonderful, wonderful man, and an incredibly talented composer.
Peter DeZosa will be following in his footsteps.
And Peter, thank you for the Gershwin, bro. Thank you. 100 years old, right? Rhapsody in Blue, yes.
Okay, so I guess the next person on the list is Charles Busch.
Well, Charles Busch, he's an incredible person, as well as being an incredible performer, and now a playwright. And one of his plays is about to open very, very soon. And I'm not going to say much about him now, because he's going to perform later tonight.
Okay, we also have Dick Ziggin.
Dick Ziggin was the mayor of Coney Island, and he's here tonight, and he's all right. Wait a minute, shut up. He started the Mermaid Parade.
Gail Brewer.
Okay, well, Gail Brewer was with us in the cocktail part of the evening. She was a wonderful borough president when she was, and she is part of the community council, and actually she represents my district where I live, and we'd love her to be mayor. I don't know what she wants, but that's what we'd like.
Mark Levine.
And Mark Levine was also with us in the cocktail hour, and he is borough president, and I think he's doing a great job. So Mark Levine.
Marissa Sullivan.
Marissa Sullivan wrote the wonderful article that's it's been stuffed into your program about Theater for the New City for People magazine. And she's a major writer, and she's here with us today.
And Austin Pendleton. Austin Pendleton, who I would love to say I've had the pleasure of working with and illuminating his work. So thank you, Austin.
He means by light design, not theoretically. Okay. Anyway, this is it. All right. Now, let's see. What are we doing now? Okay, goodbye. Okay, now we present the Street Theater Company. And our Street Theater Company performs in all 5 boroughs. I hope they're coming in while I speak. It's a company of 50, totally diverse, ethnically and in age and in every way. And they They performed in a musical this summer in all 5 boroughs of the city, free to the public, in a musical called Life on the Third Rail, or A Subway Delay to the Future. This is the last song, and yes, Carlos is here. You're gonna... Okay. Are you ready? Shh. It's called The People Yes. Okay. What will the people say?
I'll tell you what the people say.
What do they say?
We say yes to this planet. We'll do what needs to be done. We are the youth. We are the young. Our eyes are sharp. Our mouths mix with an educated tongue. But we take chances with our lives. 'Cause we don't see a future in our eyes.
We are your parents and friends. This all must change. This pain must end.
We are smart, we know the score. And on top of the threat of climate change remains the threat of nuclear war.
We'll show you at the ballot box that this is not a one-time thing. No, pain will not become the only thing that we can bring. We ask you now for help to spread the word. From every city to every town, the young people of this country, faith is their future and we can't let them down. Together,
We are one big family. Together, we will solve this mystery. Together, we'll take a subway ride into our future history. Together!
Because we are basically a writer's theater, even though we have all kinds of wonderful performers. We love our street theater, and we love our emerging writers. And so I've asked 2 emerging writers to come up here and say very few words. All right? Okay, Melanie Goodrow and Brianna Bartender. Come up. Now, do you each want the mic, or you want to each have the mic?
We're here. We can share this mic. We love you. Okay, so we're so shy. I'm a playwright, so I wrote everything down.
And I'm a playwright, so it's all in my head.
All right. Thanks for understanding that about me. As playwrights, we are always emerging. It's like we're spilling out in a place that is so much bigger than us. Always emerging. Our stories bigger than us. What other place could we find to contain us? besides Theater for the New City? What could contain all of our actors, all of our stories, all of our diversity, other than Theater for the New City, all of our collective stories and histories and imaginations, all of our murders, our heartaches, the fact that my great-grandmother from New Orleans could appear as a character portrayed in the Johnson. It's amazing that we can see each other's ghosts and heartaches on the stage. This access to create my art is invaluable to me. Nothing that money can buy. And I am appreciative, as all of the playwrights here, for Theater for the New City, for creating this space for our abundant and never-ending imaginations. That said, Brianna, is this a good time for me to ask about how I can get a cage downstairs? Oh, you have a mic. You have a mic. All right. Okay.
You can send an email. All right. Hello. So, I have my first play coming this April. It's in the back. It's in the back of your program, so you know the dates. I'll see you all there. I wrote my first play for LES when I was 12 in the Theater of the Lobby. And then I went to go volunteer in every festival that's free to the public, which is a very good gift the theater gives annually. And the real secret behind the Emerging Playwrights program is that they all learn at the theater. And not a lot of theaters offer that. They just want you in and out. You come as a volunteer, speaking to our audience members, getting their reservation, even if you don't know how to spell their name. And then you go and you work with the lights with Alex, and you learn, wow, lighting is really important for a script. And you learn how to build sets and costumes. And that makes you a great writer, because you know how the stage actually breathes. So therefore, your donations to this essential program in a capitalistic world is very crucial, because theater is life, and life should go on without any price. Everyone has a story, and with your money and your donations, we are able to be most of these playwrights' first yeses in their careers. So thank you very much for helping us continue to say yes to everyone who has an important story to share. Thank you.
Okay. And now we have with us tonight our council member, Carlina Rivera. She's one in a million. Let me tell you, she goes for the arts, for accessibility to the arts. She got $44 million towards accessibility for the arts, for the disabled, for those of minority persuasion, for underserved neighborhoods. That is invaluable. And you know, yeah, and also she fights for immigrant rights and has welcomed immigrants to this city. My mother, born in 1902, came from Russia, a Jew, her family. They were going to send the kids to the front. The Tsar was taking all the Jewish kids and sending them to the front to die. At any rate, they escaped, and they came to Ellis Island, and they came here. My mother became an orphan at the age of 12 because her mother died of septicemia of pregnancy because the hospitals had, what can I say, the instruments were not sterilized enough. She had a rough time, but she went to Hunter College, which was free at the time. And then she worked her way through medical school. She became one of the first women doctors in this country. And that's what an immigrant will do. And that's what these new immigrants are going to do. So we are very proud of Carlina. And I would like her to come up here and say a few words. And, oh, okay.
Wait, stay up here. Can we give a round of applause for Crystal Field? An absolute visionary, a pioneer, and we are lucky to have her in our presence. Thank you, Crystal. She hates this, but I can't help myself. I come here to see Phoebe and the performances and to be with you all because this room is filled with such extraordinary joy and appreciation for arts and culture. But Crystal is really just the cherry on top. And I have to say, besides that she is remarkably sweet, she's so thoughtful and smart in how she puts on every single production and thinks about how she can be the most inclusive. I am a big, big supporter of arts and culture, but this is a very, very, very special place, Theater for the New City. Very special place. So I'm very excited because now I get to be the chair of cultural affairs in the city council, which means I get to talk to everyone across the city about TNC. And so I'm Carlina Rivera, just a big fan, and I want to thank you all because not only are you supporting Emerging Playwrights program and Street Theater and the Lower East Side Festival for the Arts, but for the many, many shows that come through the theater and support some of these incredible people that are in this room today, some who couldn't make it, some who are very, very fancy, A-list Hollywood, but I will tell you that every single thing that this theater has accomplished has been because they have the heart and the grit to do it. And I've been also very proud to secure funding for Theater for the New City, the Cultural Immigrant Initiative, to continue programming inside the theater, and securing $1 million to help with the renovation of Theater for the New City. They earned it, they deserve it. Congratulations. Have a great night, everyone. It's going to be a great show. We love TNC.
All right. And I want to introduce to you the MC for a good part of the evening, Phoebe Legere. Okay, so she is head of the Foundation for what? New American Art. For New American Art. And there's something else very important. No, I want to worry about it. She has a film coming out, right? It's called The Gender Symphony, or Love and Laughter on the Grand Canal. And we have time. She's also going to perform. Phoebe Legere.
This is not on, Roy. It's not on. It's not on. You want to give me a microphone that's live? Hello, a little more, just give me a little more. I just need, I want to be sonically right in everybody's ear. Hello. Welcome. Well, how do you like it so far? Are you ready for love and courage? I don't hear you! Well, as you know, we're on the unceded land of the Lenape. And so, as we used to say, Li Waldamana Ani Haldamawi Kasi Palilawan, which is Algonquin language for the universe walks with us tonight. Folks, I have a little confession to make. Before I ever dreamed of being on this stage, I was just a humble volunteer for Theater for the New City Arts in Education Afterschool program. That's right. I got my start at TNC putting out crayons and juice boxes, making sure that the children that came through the door had everything they needed to explore their creativity. And that led me to becoming the music director and conductor of the Lower East Side Children's Chorus. And then I started my own educational children's TV show, The Color Wheel, right on the stage of Crystal's magnificent Johnson Theater. And Crystal was right there, rooting for me. It's a love letter. But the real plot twist came when my mentor, Crystal Field, whispered in my ear, "Start your own nonprofit." And just like that, the Foundation for New American Art was born. In fact, this year, our program, Paintbrushes Not Guns, won not only a New York State Council of the Arts grant, a National Endowment for the Arts grant, and a New York Department of Cultural Affairs for grant. And I swear, I had to pinch myself when I found out. I mean, it's like winning the lottery with more crayons. But you know what? It's not about the accolades or the awards. It's about the impact that we are making on those kids' lives. Sure, I've made 17 albums and starred and written the scores for 7 movies. But the work I want to be remembered for is my work for children that started right at TNC. Folks, you can't teach talent, but you can teach chutzpah. The key is to believe in yourself. And I want to be remembered by those kids who look back and say, Phoebe Legere taught me how to think like a star. So tonight, as we celebrate the incredible work of community leader Crystal Field, let's take a moment to appreciate the power of Theater for the New City. Let's remember the countless young minds that have been nurtured, the voices that have been amplified, and the stories that have been told. And as I stand here in awe of Crystal and the whole team here at Theater for the New City, I am reminded of the importance of staying rooted in our principles. Let's continue to fight for a world where compassion and nurturing the visionary artists of tomorrow prevail over greed, stupidity, and violence. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you for being my mentor, my hero, and for showing us all the power of theater. And thank you to everyone here tonight for supporting this incredible theater that has touched so many lives. Now, enough with the chit-chat. Let's cue the lights. Cue the spotlight. Get ready for a medley of tunes that'll have you tapping your toes and singing like there's no tomorrow. Get ready, sit back, relax, and let's make some theatrical magic happen. Music, maestro. This is a song that I wrote for my musical Schmata, or Savage Inequalities in the Rag Trade. Subtitle, A Child in the Machine. I play the Statue of Liberty, greeting all of the Jewish immigrants as they stream off the boat at Ellis Island. stand back, here they come, our new Americans. Welcome, welcome everyone. Hats off, here they come, our new Americans. Come to Mama, give Mama a great big hug. Back in Mother Russia, things weren't so good. But we belong to the Lord, so says the Talmud. And the Lower East Side is a great neighborhood. So dance with me, babe, because I'm feeling good. America. Je suis une déesse de la liberté. I'm just like Aphrodite. So step right up and give a big hug to Welcome, stand back. Here they come, our new Americans. Welcome, welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome. Come on over, baby, buy a ticket across the sea. Step right up, baby. I know that you'll agree. You came to the right place. You're in America. No! You came to the right place. You're in America now. Hold on, music students. Oh yeah! Thank you. I think you see where I get my inspiration. I'm so lucky to live next door to the Theater for the New City. So my love is very great and very sincere. And now, speaking of sincere, I'm thrilled to introduce Charles Busch. Who has been a part of the TNC family for many years. 5 of his plays appeared and had their first production at Theater for the New City. His Christmas play, which I adore, Times Square Angel, has been a beloved annual tradition at TNC for the past 25 years. His other credits include his fabulous Tony-nominated play, The Tale of the Allergist's Wife. And, of course, you all remember his timeless classic, The Vampire Lesbians of Sodom. One of the longest-running plays in theatrical history. It is a classic. A classic. And his autobiography, Leading Lady, the memoir of a most unusual boy, was published this fall. Please, everyone, give a nice warm hand to the divine Charles Busch.
When we played our charade, we were like children posing, playing out games, acting out names, guessing the parts we played. Oh, what a hit we made! We came on next to closing, best on the bill, lovers until love left the masquerade. Fate seemed to turn the page. I turned, and you'd gone, while from the darkened wing a music box played on and on. Sad little serenade, song of my heart's composing. I hear it still, always will, best on the bill charade. Jono Mainelli. Sad little serenade, song of my heart's composing. I hear it still, always will, best on the bill charade. Thank you very much. Thank you. I have to say, it's just wonderful being here because Theater for the New City and Crystal Field have just played a big part in my career. Right after I got out of college and came back to New York City, where I'm from, and Crystal, well, first I got a chance to perform at their Halloween ball, do like a 10-minute little monologue, and based on that, Crystal afterwards said, that, write a play and I'll produce it. And so I did, and it was the first play that I had done in New York, and it was a terrible play. Oh, it was an awful play, but she didn't lose faith in me, and then over the years, I just keep coming back, and particularly when I've had some sort of traumatic experience in showbiz, I come back to Theater for the New City and I'm able to, well, just really rekindle just the pure joy of putting on a show. And so I'm so grateful to you for that. I've actually emceed this event for a number of years, and there's always something going on. And one year, I think we were still at Theater for the New City, and Elaine Stritch agreed to perform. And the theme of the award show, the theme of the gala was playwrights. And so Elaine said to Crystal, I don't want to sing anything, just give me a monologue from one of your plays and I'll do it. Well, Crystal said that to me. I thought, I don't think there's any play that you've done here that would be right for her. But I had just done a play called Shanghai Moon, which was kind of a homage to 1930s kind of melodramas. And there was a monologue that I had done as Lady Sylvia Allington. And I thought, well, maybe, Elaine could twist herself into this monologue. So we sent it to her. My phone rings, and it's Elaine Stritch. And she says, I don't know what to do. Crystal sent me this piece of shit to read. I said, I wrote that piece of shit. She says, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I said, listen, I've got an idea. And I started to explain to her what I thought she could do. She said, don't tell it to me, write it in a letter. So I wrote this letter to Elaine Stritch, and I wrote it after Dear Elaine, I just wrote it in the third person. And so I said, Elaine Stritch will come on stage, big applause, and she will then tell an amusing story about working with Noel Coward. Then Elaine Stritch will tell a poignant story about working with William Inge. And then Elaine Stritch will tell a fascinating story about working with Edward Albee and Love Charles. So I don't hear from her at all. And then finally it's the night of the show, and she gets up there, and she says, I gotta tell you something. Charles Busch wrote me this letter, and she takes out the letter and she starts reading it. She says, Dear Elaine, Elaine Stritch comes out, big applause. Elaine tells a entertaining story about working with Noel Coward, and then she told this fabulous story. And then she went right back to my letter again. Elaine Stritch tells a poignant story about William Edge, tells fabulous, and this went on, and she was just extraordinary. And so years later, she did her one-woman show on Broadway where she kind of told all these stories. I thought, maybe I planted a little seed. There's always some marvelous thing here. Well, I would like to sing another song for you. And, just a little sip of this Diet Coke. I can remember all these lyrics. I'm going to sing this gorgeous classic song, catch my breath, by Joni Mitchell. And it's kind of in the zeitgeist right now because I guess about a week ago she sang this song on the Grammys, and it was an extraordinary moment. But I'll try to croak my way through it. Okay. Rose and flows of angel hair, and ice cream castles in the air, feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel when every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave 'em laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let it show. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still, somehow, it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Schemes and dreams and circus crowds. I've looked at life that way. But now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads and they say I've changed. Well, something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow, it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life. I really don't know life at all. Thank you so much.
And now I'd like to introduce Hollie Harper, who was an NBC stand-up semi-finalist and the creator and host of BRIC TV's first late-night variety show. Hollie Harper. She will be performing a one-person show at TNC in August. Hollie.
Thank you. Keep it going for your host. Keep it going. They didn't tell y'all you're getting a little bit of stand-up here tonight. I don't have a one-woman show. I'm just doing some stand-up. You didn't know it's gonna be stand-up tonight? Anybody? No? Oh, okay. All right. Well, hello. How are y'all doing so far? Pretty good. Hey, Crystal. Hey. Happy pre-Valentine's Day. That day of disappointment. Don't we love it? Oh, God. So, yeah, where are the couples? I see lots of couples out here. Married couples? Raise your hand. Married? Married? No? Okay. Oh, all right. And you still look happy. How you do that? How do you do that? So, as of last August, I will be married 25 years. Right? Like, don't clap, though, because they give less time for murder. All right? Like, I'm happy. You know what I mean? I'm not like, happy. I'm not looking newlywed like, oh, my God, I'm getting pounded. No. I have normal, respectable traffic. You know what I mean? Just respectable midday traffic, all right? I was on the couch the other day with my husband, and when I say the other day, that can mean any time between now and 5 years ago, okay? Because marriage is a loop, you know what I mean? Like, what's gonna happen tomorrow? Today. That's what's gonna happen tomorrow. But we were on the couch, we were watching this movie. It's called The Vow. It's like 10, 12 years old. Who's seen it? It's cute, right? It's a cute. Okay, it's got like Rachel McAdams, Channing Tatum, and the whole thing is that they're this young couple, they're in love, and then she's in a car accident and she has amnesia, because it's a movie, you know what I mean? And like the whole crux of the movie is that he has to reintroduce her to herself, like, this used to be you. And I was looking at my husband on the couch and I was like, he would totally use this as a reset button. You know what I mean? Like, build the wife he wants, you know? He'd be like, baby, cooking and cleaning, that was your whole thing, girl, all right? Scrub. Sex every night, used to grab me, all right? We shared everything, Hollie. Food, money, your hot friend Tasha, everything. Just gonna help you get back to you. So we have 2 kids. We have a 17-year-old daughter and an 11-year-old son. And who here has raised teenagers? Okay? So, ooh, that mouth. Ooh, when you talk to your teenager, you gotta talk with your hands behind your back. You know what I mean? Just so you know where they are. Talking to a teenager is wild because they speak to you with the mouth of someone who actually pays for things, you know? Yet we know, you know what I mean? So ungrateful. My daughter is a diva. I'll be like, hey, Luna, baby girl, can you do the dishes? She's like, ugh, Mama, you interrupted my show. I'm like, you interrupted my 30s, all right? You were like enslavement, interrupting Black history, all right? We were fine before y'all got here. We were just fine. And she's funny because she loves escape rooms, which is like, I don't know about y'all, that's the height of privilege. Like, pay to escape? I don't understand that. You know what I mean? I don't get that. I think it's funny that she loves escape rooms now because she doesn't know that her 20s will be one big escape room. Has no idea. Sorry, y'all gonna get these jokes. She will literally be swatting dick away from her face until at least 2037, all right? She's just gonna be bobbing and weaving from calamity dick, all right? That's all your 20s are as a woman. You just bobbing and weaving from calamity dick. That's really what it is. Because she's cute. You know what I mean? She got that cute little body, pretty face, can't fight. Yay. Yay for our family, okay? Oh, God. She's a trip. Teenage girls, Gen Z, like teenage girls, they are hardcore these days. Like, they want to be on the right side of everything. We didn't care. They just want to be on the right side of, okay, I'm a teaching artist. artist. I visit. I can't be there all day, okay? But I'm a teaching artist out in Brooklyn, and let's say I had them in the last class of the day, and they were all down in the subway together, right? You know, Kingston Troupe, the C train in Brooklyn, it's like a tiny little platform. Tiny, teeny tiny, right? There's like 100 kids down there, the hour that everybody over the age of 25 avoids. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, all right? I'm down there with these folks. There's like 100 kids on the platform. This huge rat, like a Mothra rat, runs onto the platform, and everybody's like, ah, 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 and all of a sudden, all these teenagers, like 100, they start chanting. They're like, kill it, kill it. I was like, oh shit, Gen Z just gonna take care of this. You know what I mean? And this one teenage boy ran to kick the rat off the platform, and then the rat turned to the side, and you could see all her rat babies, right? So then the girls change. You're like, no, don't kill her. Now she's a her. Don't kill her. Don't kill her. She's pregnant. Miss Hollie, say something, Miss Hollie. And I was like, don't kill it. Don't kill it. But inside, I was like, kill that rat bitch. Kill that rat bitch and her terrorist babies. Like, this is not a yes, all women moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I rock for human bitches, all right? Y'all rat bitches, y'all need your own movement, all right? You need your own hashtag. Y'all can march it. I'm not gonna be there with you. I will gleefully oppress you. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Oh, God. So I'm all the lessons. Look at me. So people's mom. I'm always trying to teach the lessons. Like, I'll never forget, my daughter was 3. You try and teach your daughter like bodily autonomy, little girls, little boys. So I gave her a bath, and then I toweled her down, and I like cocoa buttered her down, because that's what black mama's gonna do. Like, you gonna shine for the people. You know what I mean? When we are done, you are slippery when we are done with you, all right? So like little kids are all confident. She's like her little naked body dancing in the bathroom. She's like, little kids. And she's like, Mama, what's that? What's that? I was like, oh, that's your vagina. And I was like, here's my chance. I went and got the magnifying mirror. I busted it out. Yeah, I'm mad progressive. I was like, this is your pubic bone. These are your 2 lips. And she went, I said, don't ever do that again, okay? Don't you freak mama out, all right? It won't even go like that, all right? Just the important thing to know. If anybody tries you, you say, it's my vagina, and you can't touch it, all right? I said, repeat after me. She was like, it's my vagina, and you can't touch it. I was like, that's what's up. So that night, we're in Target, because we gave up on life. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you know you have given up. You're in Target on a Friday night with lipstick on. You know what I mean? Thinking like, is this a date? I hear music, all right? And right away, my husband's smart. He escapes. He's looking at TVs, right? So my daughter and I are over in the toy aisle, and she sees this doll, and she is fixated. She's like, oh, Mom, I'm gonna have that doll. And I looked at it, and it's a Bratz doll. Who here knows what a Bratz doll is? Okay, it's like a Barbie doll, but with like encephalitis. You know what I mean? And it's like, I know that Barbie's a male fantasy, but I will take Barbie over this bubble-headed bitch with a smoky eye any day. Any day. Like, I will take the devil I know. You know what I mean? So I was like, no. She's not used to hearing no. She's like, what do you mean? Can I have the doll? I was like, no. She's like, can I have the doll? I said, no. She looks at me, she backs up, and she's like, it's my vagina, and you can't touch it. I was like, what? People walking by, they're like, what's going on over here? Little girl says something about a vagina. I was like, Luna, you're not funny. She's like, no, it's my vagina, and you can't touch it. Okay, now there's a crowd forming, all right? People are looking at me like I am R. Kelly and Candace Owens' body. Like, not very well liked on the coast, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm sweating, I'm beating up. I'm like thinking, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? She's like, it's mine. And I left. I stepped right over my child. I kept going. Oh, no. Self-preservation is a bitch named Hollie, okay? No. I get a few hours over, I see my husband. He was like, where is the baby? I was like, fuck her, okay? Forget that child. We can make more. We can make more starting tonight. So I'm gonna leave you with this. Do I have time for one more joke? Well, Crystal says so. Okay, that's the dawn. All right. So my son, he is 11. That is my boo-boo. Like, I really am one of those nightmare moms that's ruining their son for someone in the future. He'll be their nightmare, we're fine. You know what I mean? That's my child, that's my little king. But here's the thing about an 11-year-old. They're not a 2-year-old, so they're not just gonna like wander out in the traffic and like, meow, die, you know what I mean? But they're not like an adult that makes clear decisions. They're like in a weird gray area, right? So last year he had a dentist appointment at like noon on a Tuesday, and I was like, oh, I'm not taking you to school and then picking you up and taking you to the dentist and then bringing you back. You're the second kid. I'm not doing all that. You staying home. So like it gets late in the day and all of a sudden I realize, oh, it's time to go. So I'm like, Bud, I need you to go in the bathroom, groom, wash, get yourself up, do everything. He's like, okay, Mama, all right. He goes in there, 15 minutes goes by, and all of a sudden, you ever just feel someone just staring at you out your peripheral? You know what I mean? I just see like someone just like staring at me like the Shining Twins, all right? Just staring at me, and I'm like, what, Bud, what's going on? He's like, Mama, Nevaeh is in the bathroom. I was like, what? He said, Mama, Nevaeh is in the bathroom. I was like, it's just two of us home. I'm like, Bud, are you trying to tell me there's a in our bathroom? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, this is how we die. Oh my God, oh my God. Then I remember, girl, you're supposed to save your kid. And I was like, oh yes, it's me. Okay, I grabbed a butcher knife, real talk, grabbed the butcher knife out the dish rack. I was like, okay, listen. When I run, you're gonna run past me. I'm gonna go in the bathroom and handle Nevaeh. You're gonna go to the 4th floor. You're gonna go to Miss Suzanne. You're gonna call 911 while I handle Nevaeh in the bathroom. Okay, you just stay alive. Okay, you just stay alive, bud. He's like, what is going on? I was like, damn it, but Nevaeh is in the bathroom. And I'm looking at him, and he's shiny as hell. He looks like a pork chop. Okay, and he's got like little creamy white streaks on his face. And she gets it, and I was like, Nivea skin cream is in the bathroom? He's like, Mama, it's pronounced Nevaeh. I said, no, it's not. Nevaeh is a bitch waiting to jump you in the bathroom. And she's probably ashy as shit. My name is Hollie Harper. Thank you so much.
Let's hear it again for the wonderful Hollie Harper, who we all love so much. Wonderful. That's on? Oh, okay. Oh. Let's hear it for Alan Hanna, who I love so much. As a volunteer stage manager, does such a good job. And now, we have such a treat in store for us. There's such wonderful talent here tonight. But this is really something special to me because this is the next generation of vocalists. This beautiful girl, young girl who's coming up, young woman, is going to sing for us, and you're going to love it. It's about Ella the Ungovernable. And what we are about to present to you is a snippet from David McDonald's musical called Ella the Ungovernable, which tells the story of a 17-year-old Ella Fitzgerald who was incarcerated and eventually escaped from prison in Hudson, New York. Mr. McDonald has taken this little-known story and has created theatrical magic in this wonderful ensemble piece that we're about to enjoy. Please give a nice warm round of applause for these actors.
Oh my God, Ella, can you believe it? I can't believe it. Pinch me. I never would have believed anything like this would be possible. You never stopped believing. You're such an inspiration to me. endured, yet you still push through.
Still push through.
With your head held high,
Even when I cry out to God asking why.
Why would you allow such a terrible thing to happen to me? Even so, you keep your faith.
Keep my faith.
That I'm right here.
You're right here.
You are in the clear from him.
In the clear from him.
Take my hand. I'll take the lead. You can follow me. Know that I'm right here.
But you and me will have some fun. We'll make it out of here somehow, some way.
But I knew someday
we'd be far away from here.
We are in the clear of the guards, the girls, the sleepless nights of
Crying, begging, wondering why God allowed such a thing to happen
to us.
Happen to us.
I never met someone quite as strong as you.
Welcome everybody to the first ever amateur night at the Apollo Theater. Thank you. My name is Ralph Cooper. Now, this is a new kind of amateur night. We're gonna call it Amateur Night Unchained. Now, if you like an artist's performance, let them know. If you hate it, don't be shy, baby. Let your feelings be known. Look, this is not for the shrinking violets here. It is survival of the fittest on stage. Now, a few of our guests may require just a little bit more gentleness than others, all right? Particularly when they are kids. So please bear that in mind, all right? Now, our next guest is going to be 15-year-old Ella Ross, bearing all the way from Virginia. Everyone, please welcome Miss Ella Ross. Come on, welcome Miss Ella Ross. Hi, Ella. How are you tonight?
I'm all right. Nervous.
Oh, is this your first public performance?
In front of this many people, yes.
All right, well, I'm sure you'll do just fine, okay? What song do you have for us tonight?
It's called A Tisket a Tasket. I wrote it with my mother.
You wrote it with your mother. Wow. All right then. Orchestra, we good on that? Let's get it then.
A tisket, a tasket, a brown and yellow basket. I sent a letter to my mommy. On the way I dropped it. I dropped it. Yes, on the way I dropped it. A little girlie picked it up and put it in her pocket. She was trucking on down the avenue. Not a single thing to do. She went pecking all around. Then she spied it on the ground. She took it, my little yellow basket. And if she doesn't bring it back, I think that I will die. A tisket, a tasket, I lost my yellow basket. And if that girlie don't return it, I don't know what I'll do. Oh dear, I wonder where my basket can be. Oh gee, I wish that little girl I could see. Oh, why was I so careless with that basket of mine? That itty bitty basket was a joy of mine. A tisket, a tasket, I lost my yellow basket. Won't someone help me find my basket and make me happy again? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Just a little yellow basket. Oh, a little yellow basket.
Okay, yeah. And we're doing a play about Ella Fitzgerald. And David McDonald wrote it. He's here tonight. And it's all about Ella Fitzgerald. She had an incredible start in life. Just incredible. Such odds. Anyway, we are honoring Penny Arcade. So, okay. She is an international icon of cultural, artistic resistance. And she has written 16 full-length plays and hundreds of performance pieces. And she was a superstar with Andy Warhol's Factory, and she debuted at 18 with John Vaccaro's Playhouse of the Ridiculous, if you remember that, a really forward-looking, John Vaccaro was just a great master. It was incredible. I went to see him at the Phoenix Theater, and some important actor said, God almighty, I have to go further and further off Broadway to find the real good stuff. So, yeah. Okay, so Penny, she is also streaming a cultural memory project, which can be found on Facebook. And it runs, I think it's Monday nights. Is it Monday? At 11. Is it Monday?
Yes. We interviewed Crystal for it. It's the Lower East Side Biography Project. We've been doing it since 1999. It's called Stemming the Tide of Cultural Amnesia. It's where we interview highly self-individuated people, and then we edit me out so that you get a one-on-one experience with remarkable people, because that's something that's harder and harder to do now because those of us who are older were lucky to come up in an intergenerational time, and young people are not that lucky anymore because they've been talked into only spending time with people their own age. So we wanted to reinsert that intergenerational voice, because that's how you get inspired. Are you going to do this first?
Should we do this first?
Yes, of course.
Can you read this?
Oh, sure.
I want Penny to read. We are offering you a plaque, okay? And you can bring it home and put it on the wall or whatever. Can you read it?
Okay. It says, Theater for the New City honors Penny Arcade, award-winning playwright, poet, activist, international icon of artistic resistance. Thank you. So, so I am an alumni of the Street Theater. I came back to New York. I started performing in 1967, and then in 71 I went to Europe with John Vaccaro. John Vaccaro was a very difficult man. I ended up staying in Europe, and in 1981 I came back to New York to star in John Vaccaro's Ken Bernard play, Nightclub, which I had done for La Mama in 1970. And Ellen Stewart had asked me to come back for the 20th anniversary of La Mama and, you know, redo my role in this play. And 2 days before the play was supposed to open, the lead actor was someone named Joe Pichette. And Joe Pichette was a great actor, but he was an alcoholic. And he was understudying Kevin Kline in Pirates of Penzance, so he was not learning his lines. So John would torture me during the rehearsals, and I had just started analysis. And when I would tell my therapist, Mrs. Williams, what was happening, Mrs. Williams would say, "But Miss Ventura, doesn't that make you angry?" And, you know, being working class immigrant Italian, I really didn't know that I was angry. And so 3 days before the play's gonna open, when John would go, "You're stupid! Penny Arcade, lots of tits, lit's a brain," and things like that. And so I said to John, he took me off stage, I was doing my part, and he said, "You don't sound Japanese, you sound Iranian." And then he had the girl whose job was to arrange my robes take over my role. Then he started directing her, and I knew I was supposed to kneel next to John, and after 10 minutes I was supposed to go, "John, I'm sorry," and then he would let me go back on. And I wanted to, I tried to do it, and a voice in my head said, "If you do that, you will never do anything of importance in your life." So then I looked at John and I said, "You know, I was being an artist model, so like modeling all day in the art schools for $2 an hour." And I said, "You know, I'm really tired," and I was sleeping on the floor at a friend of mine who was a big coke dealer, so all night long I thought he was gonna murder me. You know, I mean, it was not restful. And I said, "John, you know, I'm really tired. I mean, if you're not gonna direct me, you know, I'd like to go home." And he went insane, and he ended up firing me. Of course, he told everybody that I quit. Whoever, you know, he told Ellen Stewart I quit. Whatever would make me look worse, you know. And then he'd tell the other people that he fired me. And that was 1981, and I was bereft, and I ended up at Theater for the New City, and Crystal put me in the red and black, so you know, and there at Theater for the New City, I started to find my own voice, and I've always adored Theater for the New City. The thing is that every single theater in this city has a mandate, you know, because they're all into emerging arts, which, you know, with the exception of Theater for the New City, I mean, I'm writing a book about it, you know. No, emerging arts is something that came out of academia, because parents who were paying to educate their children to be performance artists, spoken word artists, experimental film artists, paying the same amount of money that it costs to educate someone to be a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, a dentist. They wanted to know that there was an entry-level position for their kids. So, you know, emerging arts generally is a really tacky premise. However, Theater for the New City is the only theater in this city that is not weighed down by the politics of art. In every other theater in this city, you have to know somebody, they have to like you, there has to be something. Only at Theater for the New City can you go there and have a chance based on your own talent and your own work. And that is something that cannot be looked away from. It is imperative right now because we are living at the height of the not-for-profit industrial complex. These people they're not there to support artists. Theater for the New City supports artists. All these other venues are supporting themselves. Okay, so lately, because I'm now so old, so I've made different work at different periods of my life. For a long time, Crystal just thought I was a singer. She used to say, "Oh, will you come and do some songs for us?" Because I'm a woman, big mistake. And then, I did it. Done. Eventually you learn how to do everything. Because, a lot of people have that. What's the big deal about Penny Arcade? And that's because they haven't seen the work. Right, so lately, I turned 73 this year. Don't applaud, please don't applaud. All it means is that I didn't die. That's really all it means. But I've been doing theater for, I think it's 55 years. And so, as you get older, you start to kind of revisit your younger self. And you end up having a lot of empathy and a lot of sympathy for your younger self when you realize that it was them, not you, that brought you this far. So lately, I've been doing my work from the 80s when I did character work. And when I was young, strange people seemed to collect me. And as I got older, I started to collect them. So all my characters are real people that I've known. I'm a precision mimic, but only for people I'm interested in. I'm wearing a wig. Well, I have to, because I just had a facelift. Oh, I had to get that done. Well, I was already older when I got into this line of work, you see. Now, my friend Sandra, the big blonde? Well, she had her eyes done up here in New York, and that cost her $25,000. Now, honey, I did not have that kind of money. But you see, I knew a gal. She was a big madam up here in New York. She was real successful. She was real good connected, with diplomats and all. And she retired down to Caracas. That's in South America. And she told me that I could visit her down there, that I could stay at her house. She has a beautiful home there. They call that a villa. And she told me I could use her doctor. Now, the only thing was she did not tell me that her doctor worked at a teaching hospital. They gave me the facelift of an 80-year-old woman. I did not need that much of a facelift. They did my entire head. They did my eyes, tops and bottoms. They did my nose. Did you know that when you get older, your nose will start to droop? I did not know that my own self. Apparently, they caught my nose just before it slid off my face. I woke up during the operation because I felt something sticky on my neck. It was my own blood. And then I heard the nurse yell, "Doctor." That's doctor in Spanish. And I said, "Charlene, you better get a grip, because if the nurse is calling for the doctor, who's doing the operation?" It was those student doctors. You see, they'd been coming in and gawking at me all day. Now, I thought it was because of the lilac negligee that I was wearing. You see, I realized I'm not stupid. I realized that they were studying there. I just did not realize they were studying me. I feel like I am wearing a bathing cap all the time. It is so tight right here. And then it's really tight here. You see, look, this is how much I can open my mouth like that. You see, I'll never be able to eat corn on the cob again. I mean, it's cream corn from here on in. For the first 10 days after I had that operation, I did not leave that villa because I looked like a human fly. My eyes were out to here. It was blue, it was pink, it was yellow. I cannot wear yellow. I'm a winter. I mean, I paid a lot of money to get my colors. You didn't do your colors. You haven't done your colors. Oh, you're an autumn. You're a spring. You're a winter. You're a spring. You know, you didn't get your colors. You should get your colors done. See, I mean, I didn't go get cut up and sewed up so I could look like shit. You know what I'm saying? For the first 6 weeks after that operation, every time I raised my eyebrows up, my stockings moved. But you see, I had to get that done. Because you see, I was already older when I got into this line of work. You see, I was married and I had a little boy. And then my husband killed somebody, and I don't know what, you know. He went to jail, and I mean, there are things that I can put up in a relationship and things that I can't, and we got divorced. And then a couple of years later, I met this other guy, and well, he was so handsome and all, you know. He was in the military, you know, in the service. He looked so good, all pulled together, you know what I'm saying? Like, wasn't sloppy with a big, you know, T-shirt with a big belt. No, all pulled together, you see what I mean? And I thought, well, he looked like he was like really together and that he could be like a good provider, you know what I'm saying? But I did not realize, you see, that uniform was made out of polyester. No, I mean, you just throw that in the washing machine, take it out, it stands up all by itself. I don't know what it was, but, you know, we had a little girl. Then we fell in love. Well, you have to give them the kid or they won't marry you. But then after that, he would not go to work. He would not get a job. I mean, I don't know what it was with him. I guess nothing was as exciting as flying them big B-52 bombers because the man would not go to work. So I had to go to work. I had to get a job. So, you know, I started dancing in them juke joints. You know, well, I've always been around a lot of colorful people, a lot of show business people, because my father was a bookie. And, you know, we were dancing. I was dancing in the South, you know, all the juke joints, you know. I mean, it wasn't like today. I mean, it wasn't anatomical, you know what I'm saying? You know, but the thing was, you know, my legs. You know, my legs would get so tired. I mean, you had to dance 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, and your legs. Oh, my God. And the mans, they would want you to go with them. But I would be too tired. My legs, I had cramps in my legs. You see what I'm saying? But finally, I figured out you didn't have to dance. You could just go with the mans. The first man that I ever went with was a man named Bert. He took me to this place, the Half Moon Motel / Lounge. You been there? You've been there? We just call it the Slash, right? Well, we went into the lounge, you know, and we had drinks, you know, with the little plastic animals, you know what I mean, all cluttering up the drink. Well, I saved them in a serviette as a souvenir for my kids. And then we went into the motel where we proceeded to, you know, have a good time. You know what I mean. Get to know each other fast. Well, I don't know what had happened, but only been about 10 minutes. And Bert was pulling on his trousers. And I thought maybe I had offended him in some way. Maybe, you know, maybe I had repulsed him. You see what I'm saying? Because I always time a man the first time. Don't you do that? Oh, I mean, how do you avoid that repeated disappointment? No, I had timed him, only been 10 minutes, and I thought, maybe I had repulsed him, because, you know, some men, they only see naked women in Playboy magazine or Penthouse. They see a stretch mark, and they think that God's playing a dirty trick on them. And listen, after my second kid, I almost died of stretch marks. I mean, this whole area was like 10 miles of bad road. You see what I'm saying? So I just kept my mouth quiet, just like a little mouse. I was so mortified. I just didn't know what to, I was embarrassed, I'll tell you the truth. But when I saw Bert take them $5, $10 bills, and he like fanned them out on the nightstand, I could not hold my tongue. I said, Bert, I think that is a bit much of a tip for a chambermaid you ain't never seen, for a bed that ain't never been turned down. And Bert looked at me, he started to go red, and he was going, Charlene, you're such a card. Just take that money, put it in your brassiere, and let's get the hell out of here. That's when I realized the money was for me.
not realize that I was an entrepreneur. We did not think of women as entrepreneurs in them days. We didn't have that New Woman magazine. You see what I'm saying? So that's when I realized I could make some real money. So then I said, I'm going back to New Orleans, where I'm from. And I said, I'm going to do something. And I became a sob sister. You know what that is, a sob sister? You ever done that? Well, you could do it now. You see, what you do is you're going to go to a very good hotel. Now, you're going to go to the best hotel you can find or the best one that will let you in. Now, you're going to go into the bar. Now, you're going to set yourself down next to an older gentleman. Now, that man, he's going to offer you something. He's going to offer you a drink. He's going to offer you a cigarette. This is not the time to say you don't smoke. This is not the time to give him a lecture about secondhand smoke. You just go like this. I'll show you how you do. You have the cigarette, right? Because there's places where you can still smoke, people. You have the cigarette, and then you listen to him intently, and you look like you're going to take a puff, and then you're going to go, oh! You see, and then you keep, oh! You don't even have to ever smoke the cigarette. You see what I'm saying? But you don't want to, like, turn him down. You see, the best one that I ever had offered me the fortune from a bazooka bubblegum. Oh, you're laughing, but that fortune said, you will go far, and I went all over Europe with that man. You see, that's the way I got the down for my house. That's the way I got my mank. I mean, I thank all the gals who are doing what I do. I think we all do it for a good reason. You see what I'm saying? I mean, okay, my mother, you know, yes, she does. She knows what I do. Yes, she does. Well, because my second husband told her. Because he's a prick. You know, and my mama said she wanted something different for me. I understand, because I got a daughter, too. You see, I got a daughter, and, you know, I want something better for her. You know, she's a born-again Christian. You know, I'm strictly live and let live. I just dust under her tambourine, and I let her be. You know what I'm saying? But my mama, I don't want you to think that my mama is some kind of sad sack, because she's not. No, my mama said to me, she said, you know, she goes, you know, you're like reading the Inquirer, and you read about some movie star, and, you know, she just got married on a landslide in California, and then, you know, a few days later, you read that she's gone to, like, make a movie, you know, down on the Amazon, you know, and then she runs away with the director of the movie, and she's on the Amazon, and you're buying the Inquirer, you're buying the Midnight, you're buying, you know, all these different magazines, trying to find out if the gal got shrunk up or whatever happened to her. And they are going to say that that is glamour. But if you're talking about some little ordinary girl, some normal little girl who's just trying to put together a little bit of money, just trying to pay her rent, they're going to call that gal a you-know-what. I never say that word. Oh, for heaven's sakes, you know, they're going to call that gal a whore. Thank you very much.
All right, well, I just want to introduce you to Matt Morillo, who is going to MC the final part of the evening. Matt is a playwright. He has written a number of plays, among them Angry Young Women in Low-Rise Jeans with High-Class Issues. He's been to California, but now he's back in New York, and we're proud to have him as our final MC, Matt Morillo.
All right, thank you very much. It's just such an honor to be back. Thank you so much, Crystal. It's good to be home, where I belong here in New York. All right, without further ado, we'll move it along. Next up, Yip Harburg, Broadway's social conscience, wrote the lyrics to Somewhere Over the Rainbow, all the Oz songs, and the classic musical Finian's Rainbow, the first Broadway show in which blacks and whites danced together on stage and came out against racism and the rich-poor divide. Yip created the Yip Harburg Lyrics Foundation to promote his vision of a free and equal people, Yip's words. When Yip died, his son Ernie, the executive director, and daughter-in-law, Dina R. Harburg, artistic director, created the Rainbow Troupe, a performing ensemble of all ages and backgrounds, to carry out Yip's elegant legacy. Help people laugh and hope in hard times. Show people, through the power of song, that they must ask the hard questions, then act, not sit by passively. Besides performing, the troupe provides workshops, in and out of the classroom, varied performance experiences, and internships. We also volunteer in many community outreach programs for the underserved. Visit them online at yipharburglyrics.com. So please welcome the Rainbow Troupe.
Give me your tired, your portion, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, your wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here at our sea-washed sunset gates shall stand a mighty woman with a torch whose flame is the imprisoned lightning. Her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome, and her name, Mother of Exiles. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep ancient lands your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tide, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, your wretched refuse on your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden
Will do. They used to tell me I was building a dream, and so I followed the mob. When there was earth to plow or guns to bear, I was always there, right there on the job. They used to tell me I was building a dream with peace and glory ahead. Why should I be standing in line, just waiting for bread? Once I built a railroad, made it run, made it race against time. Once I built a railroad, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime? Once I built a tower to the sun, brick and rivet and lime. Once I built a tower, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime? Once in khaki suits, gee, we look swell, full of that Yankee doodly-dum. 500,000 boots went slogging through hell. I was the kid with the drum. Say, don't you remember, they called me out. It was Al all the time. Say, don't you remember, I'm your pal. Buddy, can you spare a dime?
My eyes are wide open, my face to the sky. It's that you I'm hearing
I'll bury you, my Billy, beneath the maple tree. And never again will you whisper to me, hey, hey, mama, look sharp.
Hey, mama, look sharp.
You think I'm an ignorant savage, and you've been so many places, I guess it must be so. But still I cannot see if the savage one is me. How can there be so much that you don't know? You don't know. You think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like you. But if you walked the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew, you never knew. How high does the sycamore grow? If you cut it down, then you'll never know. And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon. For whether we are white or copper skinned, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountain. We need to paint with all the colors of the wind. You can own the earth and still all you'll own is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind. Martin Luther King, 1963.
50 years ago, a great American, Abraham Lincoln, signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves. But 100 years later, the Negro is still not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the chains of discrimination. The Declaration of Independence was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men, would be guaranteed the inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is obvious today that America has defaulted on that promise so far as her citizens of color are concerned. And so we have come to this hallowed spot to remind America of the fierce urgency of now. Now is the time to make real the promises of democracy. I have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident. That all men are created equal. And this will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, "My country, 'tis of thee." Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills, and everywhere won't you go? Tell it on the mountain, to let my people go. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, say I do believe. Oh, we shall overcome someday. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. Oh, deep in my heart, oh, I do believe we shall overcome If you know the words to this next song, please join in.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, why can't
Big finish.
if happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow? Why, oh, why can't I?
Now,
right, great job, everybody. One more time, Yip Harper's Rainbow Troupe. Good job, student Ben. All right. Next up, we have the Carol Tandava belly dancing Whimsical Hips, which is proud to perform to two authentic Egyptian songs. The first is Shik Shak Shak, a pop song from the 70s that pays tribute to the balladi or country style of belly dance. And the second goes further back in time and recreates an authentic pharaonic dance from ancient Egypt. Please welcome the Carol Tandava belly dancing Whimsical Hips.
Test. All right, Roy. Thank you so, so much. So I'm Carol Tandava. I have been teaching belly dance for, oh my gosh, I guess going on 15 years. I've been dancing for 20. I started when I was 34. I am 54 now. Belly dance keeps you young. So what we just performed was a tribute. That pop song, Shick Shack Shock, is a tribute to Bellady. Remember, I was mouthing the word Bellady. So this move is actually called the Bellady. So every time they say Bellady, that's what we did. And I think it's really, really important to honor the roots, the culture of every dance, every art form that we do. So recently, I had the pleasure of going to Egypt and visiting the Great Treasures of Tutankhamun exhibit. And apparently, they have figured out what authentic pharaonic music sounded like, and even what the dance may have looked like. So I worked with some archaeologists, and we put together what I hope is something that represents the ancient modes and modalities. And we have this, I hope, authentic pharaonic dance. Well, we'd like to perform that for you now. I hope we can all learn something from this. Now when he was a young man, he never thought he'd see people stand in line to see the boy king. How'd you get so funky? Did you do the monkey?
Born in Arizona, moved to Babylon, King Tut.
Now if I'd known they'd line up just to see him, I'd taken all my money and bought me a museum. Buried with a donkey. He's my favorite honky.
Born in Arizona, moved to Babylon, King Tut.
Dancing by the Nile. The ladies like his style. Rocking for a mile. He ate a crocodile. He gave his life for tourism. Golden idols. He's an Egyptian. They're selling you. Now when I die and don't think I'm a nut, don't want no fancy funeral, just one like old King Tut. He could have won a Grammy, buried in his jammies.
Born in Arizona, moved to Babylon, he was born in Arizona.
Got a condo made of stoner. My wonderful dancers here, we have Dahlia, Sharon, and our newest member who has been dancing for a year, less than a year, Grace. Isn't she amazing? So give it up. And thank you so much for this wonderful event. Thank you, Crystal. Yep.
All right, one more round of applause for Carol Tandava and Whimsical Hips. Great job, ladies. Terrific. All right. That's just about the end of my evening. I want to thank Crystal for having me back and thank all of you for keeping me part of the family here. It's just an honor to just be part of the family that is Theater for the New City. It's just terrific. Okay. All right, up next, The Boy Who Listened to Paintings. The musical adaptation of the memoir, The Boy Who Listened to Paintings, tells the story of a much-published artist-poet Dean Kostos' life from boyhood to teenager to manhood. Book and lyrics by Dean Kostos and Paul Kirby. Music by Paul Kirby. Directed by Lisa Mora. The scene presented tonight finds 10-year-old Nicky, a stand-in for Dean, in a brief respite from his tortured childhood, taking an art lesson. His synesthesia, which triggers all his senses at once, turns the woodland scene he is to paint into a living fantasia. Nicky is played by Luka Zielik, the art teacher by Elisa Imorelev. They are accompanied by musical director Peter Di Souza. The trees and flowers are played by choreographer Tony Renee Taylor and other members of the cast of 22. It runs at Theater for the New City until February 18th, so make sure you check it out. Folks, please give a round of applause to the boy who listened to paintings.
Today we're going out into nature and looking at the beautiful colors so we can paint them. Scout out what you would like to paint. What do you see, Nicky?
I see colors, inside colors, but I hear them too. They sing to me.
Let them sing their sweet song as you sing along, but listen. To what they tell you.
As I paint the roof gray, a pink light glows. Soft and pink, the sun becomes a rose.
Kids say the old farmhouse is bleak.
It's quaint.
But I take you to the country to seek something to paint. As ancient trees sway, I ask you to choose to paint negative space, coaxing invisible views, sky great between branches, fragile as lace.
What concealed is unfurled.
For art is a world. Contours glow
say goodnight. Don't forget to vote. All right, that's all I have to say.